Hey everyone, welcome to PUC Online Classroom. Today we're going to continue our lesson, which is activity number 10, discussion, rules and regulations. So when it comes to rules and regulations, we have a lot of things to be prepared, right? So when we go to a certain place, there will be some kind of rules and regulations, even at home, all right, at school, anywhere there should be rules and regulations. Okay, so we are going to talk about some kind of rules and regulations in these places. Okay, so when you want to talk about rules and regulations, everybody in these places, you should focus on the grammar points that we have learned about permission, obligation and prohibition. Okay, so again, permission is something that you are able to do or you can do or you are allowed to do. Okay, obligation is about your job, your role, your duty, and the last one is the opposite of permission. It means you cannot do it or you are not allowed to do it. Okay, so we're going to use all of them to talk about all of these places. Okay, so let's begin with on an airplane. Well, if you travel, if you used to travel by airplane, you know exactly what you have to do, right? For example, you have to wear a seat belt, and you cannot bring sharp objects on board like a knife, scissors, for example. And you've got to turn off all electronic devices during takeoff and landing, such as your phones or iPad or computers. Okay, because it might violate the signal or the system of the airplane. Okay, all right, so let's go to in a library. Yeah, I think most of us have been to library, and most of the time when we go there, we just want to read and find information that related to our study, our objective. Okay, maybe you have assignment to do, then you can just go there to find more information about that. Okay, but let's talk about some kind of rules right there. So first, I think you cannot talk loudly, right? of, but you can borrow books for a certain amount of time. Okay, for example, you borrow one book for 2 or 3 days, right? And maybe you are not allowed to use your cell phone. Okay, in some libraries, the librarians will not let you talk on the phone. If you want to use your phone, you have to go outside. Okay, because library should be a quiet place, a silent place where you just read. Okay, and let's move on to next. In an art museum, you cannot touch the exhibits, you cannot touch the items or the picture, you cannot make noise. I think you have to be quiet right there, and you are not allowed to take flash pictures. These days we have phones, but you need to turn off your flash anytime you take photos. Okay, of course you can use your phone or camera to take photos, but you should not use flash. Okay, it can uh, you know disturb other people around. And in a movie theater, yes, you have been there a lot. I think more than the museum, more than the libraries, right? Because a lot of people love going to the movies, especially when the new movies appear. Okay, so in a movie theater, I think you have to throw away your trash after the movie. Okay, I don't know, to me I just keep until the end of the movie. Okay, and I don't turn off my phone, but I silence my phone. Okay, so you have to silence your phone or your cell phone. Okay, and of course you cannot talk loudly. Okay, you cannot talk loudly in a movie theater. Okay, and let's move to on a bus or subway. So in this vehicle, you have to wait until passengers exit before you enter. It means you have to let them leave first. All right, otherwise you cannot take their seat. You are not allowed to play loud music. Yeah, I think you should have a headset or earphone with you where you want to play music. Uh, but you can take pictures out the windows. Okay, you have to have a valid pass or exact change for the fare. I don't know, sometimes you don't have small changes, so you just give it. It's pretty hard for them to take some time to give you the the change. So you should have your exact change for that fee, okay, or not the fee but the fare, okay, of the bus or the subway. And at work, the last one is at work. I think you have to wear uniform if your company requires you to wear or to have certain uniform, and you have to arrive on time. That's the most important thing. And you are not allowed to sleep. Yeah, maybe during the lunchtime you can just have a short nap, okay, if you want to. You can make your personal calls sometimes. It doesn't mean that you cannot talk about your personal problems. Of course you can talk, but not often or always, okay? All right, so let's go to activity number 11, sign language. So in this, everybody, activity is about conversations. So you have to listen to these three conversations and check true or false for each statement, okay? That is the first part. So there are three drivers, and you just check the information about each driver, whether something wrong with the first sentence or the second one, all right, along the way down to the last driver. And in part B, everybody, listen again. Which of the drivers did something wrong? So you need to find out about the problems that each driver, you know, did wrong. Okay, for example, the first driver probably uh, parked in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, so you just listen and find out exactly what it means. Okay, so let's go to the last activity, which is about reading. Pearls of wisdom. Okay, so this is this is a very good reading text. I think you should spend most of your time reading this again and again to understand what it is exactly. Okay, pearls of wisdom. If you take a look at the word pearl alone, pearl is a small, tiny, hard ball. Okay, that forms inside some of oyster shells, and I think it is valuable, like your necklace, like jewel, okay, like your earring, your diamond ring, just an example. So pearl is very valuable, as you can see right here. Okay, there's a pearl. It's a small shiny ball, okay, and that is oyster. And wisdom is the ability to make good judgments based on the experience. All right, so why do they talk about pearls of wisdoms? Okay, so maybe you have ability, to make a good judgment, all right, based on your experience. This is something that you cannot just learn at school, okay, but this is about your experience in life, and you probably can use it to teach anybody, all right. And when you have this, it's like your idea is, or your experience is, or your knowledge is a very valuable, okay. And that is the reason we should learn. The more you learn, the more we participate in the society, the more we get understanding about the people and also the society, okay. And as you can see right here, they focus on proverbs. You probably know the word proverbs, right? Yeah, proverb is just like, a phrase, or it can be a clause that they use, to express some kind of meaning in just a few words, all right. And people use proverb, just to, guide or advise someone indirectly. Maybe he or she doesn't want to talk to him or her directly, so instead they use proverbs, all right. And what I like about the proverb, everybody, is that we just, you know we need to compare the meaning with our own situation, okay. Sometimes my let me give you a good example. Okay, my teacher used to give me a proverb. Okay, and I thought that, why does he have to do like this? I don't really understand the meaning. Okay, but actually he understand my situation, but he, instead of talking to me directly, he has some kind of proverb to tell me, and I don't realize the meaning at all. Okay, and maybe he doesn't want to tell me exactly what's wrong with me. Okay, but later I realized that, oh, he is teaching me. All right, he is guiding me, and I learned from the mistake, all right, that I made and at the time. Okay, and you too. Okay, so you should read this and to understand what it means exactly. All right, and you also have to match everybody. We have four proverbs right here. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. What is it exactly? Just read and you probably find out what it is. One person's meat is another one's poison. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Money doesn't grow on trees. So I think when you read this proverb, you can go to each picture right here and then you know exactly what it is, because below is the meaning. All right, for example, it's about bush, birds. So we can say a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So the meaning is that something you have is better than something you might get. So it means that you have to take care of what you have or what you are uh, having, and do not expect something more. So take care of what you have. That is the idea, and then you can go to the rest. Okay, and your job, everybody, just to go to each statement right here, but make sure first you need to read the whole text, and second, go to part A right here, read each statement in each paragraph, and let's check which one is the main idea, which one is the supporting idea. All right, so read this and try to do exercise in part A, and I will give you the answer tomorrow. Okay, all right, thank you so much, everybody. I think that's it for today. Okay, if you have any questions, do not forget and feel free to drop me questions right there in a comment below, or maybe you can go to our Telegram group chat. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, goodbye.